Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Sonic Week here on the Multimedia Chronicles. Yeah, this year is, of course, the 30th anniversary of everyone's favorite supersonic speed blue hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog originally debuted in 1991. Wow, that makes me feel old. So I thought, what better time to take a closer look at the various DVD sets I have of the three 90s Sonic the Hedgehog shows. So that's, of course, this one, Sonic the Hedgehog, also known as Sonic SatAM, The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, which we'll look at in a couple days, and finally Sonic Underground, which we'll look at the end of the week. Now, of course, way back in 2008, I actually did do a DVD review of this back when it first came out, but that was long before the Multimedia Chronicles went high def, so I thought for this special 30th anniversary celebration, why not take a high def look at this wonderful DVD set, and while we're at it, we'll take a look at the other two shows as well. So let's not waste any time, let's do it to it! It's the 30th anniversary of Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic Week, starting today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. So, Sonic the Hedgehog, also known as Sonic SatAM by the fans, debuted in September of 1993. Now, 1993 was a heck of a year to be a Sonic fan because we got not one, but two Sonic the Hedgehog animated series at the same time. So on Saturdays, we had Sonic the Hedgehog, and then Monday through Friday, we had The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, which we'll look at in another video. Now, The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog was geared more towards younger audiences. It featured more kind of slapsticky humor and goofy storylines and stuff. Lots of fun, but comparing it to the tone of this one, which was much darker and much more serious, had more of a serialized storyline and such, I mean, there's just no comparison. I mean, in terms of the two, and the one that has the most depth, this one, hands down. In fact, around the same time, Archie Comics started publishing their Sonic the Hedgehog comic books, which ran for a little over 25 years. Yeah, did you know the Sonic the Hedgehog comic book actually holds the record as the longest running comic book series based on a video game? Yeah, ran for 290 issues, had a bunch of spin-off series, and yeah, it was huge. But the reason I mention it is it was largely inspired by the Saturday morning show. Now, it started off, for the first dozen or so issues, inspired more by The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. So it was similar kind of tone, more kind of goofy humor and stuff like that. But it very quickly evolved and took its cues from the Saturday morning series. And while the Saturday morning series sadly only lasted 26 episodes, 2 13-episode seasons, the comic book essentially took a lot of those core concepts and just ran with them. So if you were ever wanting more stories featuring Sonic and the Freedom Fighters battling the evil forces of Dr. Robotnik, well, the comics were your main go-to and kind of gave you a look at what might have been had the series continued. So yeah, it's kind of funny because of all the various Sonic the Hedgehog shows that have come out over the years, you got Sonic the Hedgehog, you got Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, you got Sonic Underground, you got Sonic X, you got Sonic Boom. This one, while it is the most influential, especially in terms of how it influenced the comic books, it's also the shortest lived of all of them. This one had 26 episodes, Adventures had 65, Sonic Underground had 40, Sonic X had 78, and I think Sonic Boom had 52. So, yeah, it's always been strange to me that this is easily the most influential, or at least was for a very long time, of all the Sonic animated shows, yet it's also the shortest lived. Now, sadly, this Shout Factory set is long out of print by now, But fortunately, for those who still want to get the shows in their collections, NCircle Entertainment picked up the slack. After Shout Factory's license expired, NCircle started doing re-releases of most of the shows that Shout Factory put out. So that includes all of the Sonic shows, as well as the Super Mario shows, and a lot of other stuff as well. So let's not waste any more time. Let's head on down to the black table, and we'll take a long overdue, high-def look at Sonic the Hedgehog, the complete series from Shout Factory. And while we're at it, we'll take a look at the re-releases from NCircle as well, if you're looking to get the show into your collection if you missed out on this one. Let's check them out. Okay, here we go. The definitive collection of Sonic SatAM from Shout Factory. So this set, of course, came out in 2007. Needless to say, it is long out of print, but I thought it was about time we took a nice high-quality look at it, especially for the 30th anniversary of our favorite blue spiky hero. So this is a really, really nice set. Two slim cases in a slip box. Now let me show you something interesting about this. The box itself is, fairly flimsy, but this is pretty standard packaging for, mid-2000s cartoon releases. So we have two slim cases with 2 discs apiece. The episodes are divided up very nicely across the set. Nice high bit rate throughout. So you may notice some pretty cool artwork on here. Yeah, so Shout Factory put out a call to fans to send in fan art to use for the packaging, and they used tons of it. So this is absolutely gorgeous. Let's take a look at the first set here. So this is all of Season 1, so all 13 episodes of Season 1. And there's the spine there, and then some more fan art on the back, and full list of the contents. So we do have, what is it, I think 7 and 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. So divided up very nicely across the discs to maximize the quality. So we got the first 7 episodes on disc 1, and the last 6 episodes of Season 1 on disc 2, and then we have some extras as well. We've got storyboards for the an unproduced version of the opening title sequence, The Fastest Thing Alive, a conversation with Jaleel White, the voice of Sonic himself, and of course Urkel from Family Matters, and a printable script for the Heads or Tails pilot. Now, interesting to note, a lot of episode guides list Heads or Tails as episode 13. They put it at the end of the season, but actually Heads or Tails is the pilot episode of the series. So personally, I think it makes more sense to have it at the beginning, because you don't really get into the sort of tone of the series as it would be throughout the rest of the series until the first regular episode, which is Sonic Boom. And then going forward, it's very tonally consistent. You'll notice in Heads or Tails, characters are slightly off model from how they appear in the rest of the series, and it doesn't quite have that dark tone that the rest of the series had as well. So if we just open it up here, you can see we have some more lovely fan art on the discs, just gorgeous, and more fan art underneath. Let's just actually slide this out and we'll get a better look at it. So you can see they just crammed as much as they possibly could in here. They wanted to kind of represent the whole spectrum of fans, little kids all through to like adult fans who are like amazing artists and stuff like that. So really, really cool that they did that. So we'll just slide that back in there. Yeah, this is a really, really nice set. They really went all out. This was like a set made for the fans and involving the fans, which is fantastic to see that. So then we have discs 3 and 4, which contains all 13 episodes of the second and sadly final season. So once again, we have 7 episodes on the first disc, 6 episodes on the last disc, more fan art on the case. So on this one, in terms of extras, we've got some of the original Deke concept art. Bonus features, we got Way Past Cool, a conversation with Ben Hurst, storyboard to screen on the Doomsday project, and some deleted and extended sequences, which is pretty cool. So just open that up, and more of that beautiful, beautiful fan art. This is just such a love letter to not just only the series, but also to the fans of the series who kind of kept the torches burning all these years. Let's slide that out and we'll get a closer look at all that beautiful artwork there. Look at that. Just fantastic. Amazing. Love this set so much. And it was definitely quite an upgrade from the bootlegs I had of the episodes I didn't manage to record back in the day. Just a night and day difference. One minor caveat with this, if you notice the spines, Season 1 has the complete series in bold. Season 2 has the complete series in not bold. So, yeah, that's kind of annoying. Now, if you missed out on this set back in the day, all hope is not lost, because a couple years later, NCircle actually did single disc volumes of Sonic the Hedgehog, 6 total, which contained all 26 episodes of the series. Now, there is a catch to this. It's all 26 episodes of the series, but not in any kind of logical order. The Shout Factory set actually has everything in story continuity order, so it actually has a very nice flow to it across the 26 episodes. So let's take a quick look at the NCircle releases, and we'll just see which episodes are on them and how it all flows, or rather doesn't. So once again, these are all single disc releases with a kind of disparate number of episodes on each volume. So first up, we have Super Sonic, which is actually a re-release of a DVD that came out in 2002. And for a long time, that 2002 DVD was the only way you could get any episodes of Sonic SatAM on DVD until the Shout Factory set came along. So the original release had 5 episodes on it. There was 4 episodes and then a bonus episode that you could unlock by doing a little trivia game. So this re-release only has the 4 main episodes. In case you're wondering, the bonus episode was Sonic and the Secret Scrolls. That episode does appear on another NCircle volume, so they didn't bother to repeat it on this one. So the episodes that are on here, now this is going by the standard episode guide, which puts Heads or Tails as episode 13. So in this case, episode 1 is Sonic Boom. So on this we have episode 1, Sonic Boom, episode 2, Sonic and Sally, episode 5, Super Sonic, and episode 6, Sonic Racer. Yep, we're off to a great start. Just missing 2 episodes right smack dab in the middle, but hey, at least you can get them in DVD quality, even if it's not quite up to the same standard as the Shout Factory set. So the next volume, I put these in more or less chronological order as much as I could, given their haphazard episode groupings. So the next volume would be Fight for Freedom, which has episode 3, Ultrasonic, episode 7, Hooked on Sonics, episode 10, Warp Sonic, and episode 4, Sonic and the Secret Scrolls. Hey, there it is. Alright, so now you've at least got a solid run of episodes 1 through 7, and then jumping ahead to 10. So not too much disc swapping yet. Oh, but just you wait, it gets even better. Next up we have Sonic Goes Green, which for some reason they decided to group together 4 episodes with a loose environmental theme. So we have episode 13, the pilot episode, Heads or Tails. Episode 9, Sonic's Nightmare. Episode 11, Subsonic. And episode 12, Sonic Past Cool. Next up we have Sonic Forever, which actually has 5 episodes on it this time. We've got episode 16, No Brainer. Episode 17, Blast to the Past Part 1. Episode 18, Blast to the Past Part 2. Episode 19, Fed Up with Antoine and Ghost Busted. Yeah, 2 half-episode stories there. And episode 22, The Odd Couple and Rebecca. So, of course, looking at the episode listing on the back, you think, oh, cool, there's 7 episodes on this disc. Score! But no, it's actually 5, because 2 of them are both half-episode stories. So, a half-hour episode with 2 half-episode stories on it. So on the plus side, at least with that volume, you don't have too much disc swapping. You have a pretty solid run until you get to the last episode on the disc. Next up, we have Freedom Fighters Unite, which has episode 14, Sonic Conversion, episode 20, Dulcie, episode 21, The Void, and episode 25, Spy Hog. And then finally, we have the Doomsday Project, which of course is the title of the final episode of the series. So, we have episode 15, Game Guy, episode 24, Droodhenge, episode 23, Cry of the Wolf. Yeah, they swapped episode. Why can't they just put them in the right order there? At least that would have been 2 consecutive episodes. I don't know, at least they're on the same disc. Then we have episode 26, The Doomsday Project. And then we have the one stray episode from season 1, episode 8, Harmonic Sonic. So between all 6 of those NCircle volumes, you will have all 26 episodes of the series. Now, those volumes are, of course, bare bones, but on the plus side, they'll cost you a lot less than what you'd likely find this old set for. So, there you go. Z-Man's looking out for you. So if you missed out on the Shout Factory set, you should be able to find most, if not all, of the NCircle volumes fairly cheap. And there you have it. I'm sure you'll agree, quite a lovely set. One thing I should mention, I talked about the comics quite a bit at the beginning there. Interesting side note, the cover art for this DVD set was by Ken Penders, who was actually the chief writer for a good chunk of the Sonic the Hedgehog comics, and also an artist himself. So it's kind of cool that they got him to do the cover art for the complete series set of Sonic SatAM, while he was also working on the comics having been influenced hugely by Sonic SatAM. So nice little connection there. Anyway, as always, I will include Amazon links in the description below. I will include links to this one as well. Even though it's out of print, sometimes you luck out with third-party sellers and you might get a good deal. So I'll put links to this one. I'll also put links to all 6 volumes of the NCircle Entertainment re-releases. Yeah, I wish that they weren't in completely random episode order, but hey, at least all 26 episodes are there across those 6 volumes. So I'll include links to everything. So if you're still wanting to get this show into your collection, hopefully that helps you out a little bit. And you'll be helping me out a little bit too, because using my links does help to support the show. They give me a little kickback whenever you use my links. So thank you very much to those of you who use those. Alrighty, well that is it for me to you for now. Hope you enjoyed. Lots more Sonic stuff to come this week, so stay tuned, and I will see you next time. So big thanks to you for watching. Big thanks to my Patreon sponsors. And until next time, sayonara.